unless you have like a potato for a PC, the quality difference of your game, like your FPS, is not going to be like noticeable. I would keep everything the same. So 3.5x, 3.5y, unless you want 3. It's up to you. I want you to bind every exit key to a certain key. So for me, it's V. I'm confident now that you have the right settings put in place to be the most successful person you possibly could be. Hello?
Hear you.
You can hear me? I can hear you.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Let's get this.
Cool. Yeah. How do you wanna start? Do you have any direction you want to go in specific?
Well, man, to be honest, I just hopped on I just switched to a mouse and keyboard. I was a controller player.
Okay.
And then, I've been at it for probably going on 3 months now.
Okay.
Just, if you can teach me a way that I could practice to improve my mechanics, mouse and keyboard. And then after that, game sense, I guess, how to make the right decision in game. I'm playing, I guess, ranked. I haven't done any actual competitive tournaments or anything like that, but I want to be good at ranked first, and then before I move on to those.
Okay, I've got you. Understood. What I want to start with first is, are you on Fortnite right now?
I am, yeah.
Okay, I want to start with you just booting up a screen share, and I would like to just take a look at your settings, make sure everything there is good. Just make sure that you're on the right footing. Not going to be changing your binds unless like you are open to it. I mean, I'm not going to change your build binds. I don't think that's what I'm talking about. But like other binds, I just want to make sure that you're moving forward in the right direction, because a lot of people handicap themselves to start, and this is the perfect time. I think 3 months in is like you're comfortable enough to know that you're committed. Like you're not on the fence anymore. You're there, and so
yeah.
Now it's gonna be all about binds. So first things first, and I'm just gonna go through. This is all I would recommend. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to a word I'm gonna say. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Full screen window mode has to be full screen. Like that. Like for me, that'll never be not full screen. So yeah, I would go ahead and put it. You can perfect. Yeah, 1920. I would do that. And then for your FPS, it's about your monitor hertz. Of course, if you have a 240 hertz, then 240 is fine. I actually run a 240 hertz monitor, but I run a 360 FPS cap in game. And I don't know if that's. It's a placebo for me. I think it's because my monitor is like on like the super high end of 240 hertz. Like it's got a Diac 2 technology in it, and so it just feels like I need to run higher FPS. It feels better when I'm on higher. So maybe that's something to try. If you're at 240 hertz and you feel like you're a little bit laggy, maybe switch to 360 hertz. It won't matter either way. I would just wouldn't go to unlimited. I would keep it capped.
Yeah, okay. I'll try that.
Okay, cool. And then brightness, I normally have mine a little bit higher, but that's preference, right? So like depending on how your game looks, it's okay to have a brighter game. In my opinion, brighter means you're able to see a bit more. Too bright obviously is a little too much, but I think I have mine at like 110. So you can play around with it. You do what you want.
All right.
And of course, monitor brightness plays a part into it. Like I think this looks pretty solid already right here. Okay, and then colorblind mode. Preference again, if you actually are colorblind, then I'm sure you would probably want to use one of these modes, but I'm not colorblind, so I always just have it off. I know Deuteronope is like the darker. Yeah. I know Deuteronope was like the darker colorblind. And honestly, colorblind is just a way to make the game look different if you're not colorblind. Like for me, I'm not. Like I said, I just have it off because why not? Like why keep it on? 3D resolution, put that to 100%. Okay, and then
just quick question. Wouldn't that increase performance if I lower it a little bit? That's why I lowered it. I remember back then.
It's gonna be so minor. You're already on performance mode. It's really nothing crazy. It's just gonna lower. I mean, it lowers your 3D. It lowers the way your game looks, the quality, and it's so minor. I would keep it at 100%. The big thing with this is like you're gonna want to be able to see a lot of detail up close, and it can be really blurry when you lower it. I mean, 91 wasn't too low, but I would keep it like that. And then view distance far, that's perfect. Texture's low, all that's good. Keep going down. Show FPS. Okay, good. So now you click apply here. It'll make you keep changes. Yep. Okay, now we go to second tab. All this is preference for me, and I'll just explain my thing. I have a mixer for it. Like I use a beacon audio system, and I always have my, like, if you have a headset, this is different, but I always have like my stuff put to 100 on my mixer, and then in game I have it set to like the like 50% on each of them, so I can just adjust on my mixer. But this is preference, doesn't matter. We go down. Actually, one thing I would turn off here, and this is again preference to you. If you like this stuff, I would turn off dialogue, cinematics, and picture-in-picture, because nothing is more annoying than like, and again, this is preference. If you want to like hear the NPCs when they talk to you, or like when you load in, hear like the guy in the bus giving the storyline of the game, like I just don't care to hear that. So I always just turn that to nothing. Like
So this one you said picture and dialogue
and cinematics, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need.
Yeah, and then I always have my music off too, but again, that's preference. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so continuing down, visualize sound effects. This is all good. Keep going down. This is fine. All right, next. I will say with NA East, if you're looking to play competitive in the future, and again, you're fine to do your thing on East right now. I don't think it's going to hurt you at all. I think you should be playing on Central though. If you are looking to play tournaments, right? You want to practice how you're going to play, right? You're not going to be able to play any. There's 0 tournaments on East Coast. Not to say you can't play on it. I want you to play on it. Enjoy yourself, because it's not fun to play on higher ping. It really isn't. So you're at a point where it's not that big a deal, and it's like you said, you're not even playing. You're just playing ranked anyways. So ranked also, I think ranked is also Central. I'm not mistaken. Really? I think if you queue ranked, it puts you in Central. I think that's how it works now. Last season, it wasn't like that. It had East and West servers, but now it actually, everyone, even if you queue like this with East, it'll still put you Central. Don't quote me on that. Either way, that's my thought process on that. I would just like always play where I'm practicing, right? Like if the servers are on West Coast, unfortunately I'm playing West Coast servers, I guess. Toggle sprint, auto open doors. I think I have toggle sprint off, but this is preference again. Like this is like more bind things. If it's up to you, like if you like to hold it, if you like to press it, I think it's better off. But because off means you could be more accurate with it, like right, like off means that if you hold, like let's say your sprint key is left shift. If you hold left shift, you're gonna sprint. If you let go, you're gonna start walking, and then vice versa, right? And toggle sprint is like you press it, you sprint, you press it again, you stop sprinting. And like for me, if I'm build fighting, I want that like exact movement, right? So I would turn it off. And see how you feel. Okay. By the way, if you feel like anything's awkward here, I am obviously I'm giving you these my settings and my opinions here, but I'm very well versed. If like you're like the game feels horrible, what did you do? Let me go back. I can help you revert this. It's not too hard, but these are things that I would put on. So hold jump, press jump, those are all fine. Hold to swap pickup on, toggle targeting off. That's perfect. Mark danger. Yep. Auto pickup weapons. I would turn that on because 50-50 chests is a thing you do in Fortnite now, unfortunately. Preferred item slots, that's preference. I would definitely make sure you went through that already. If you haven't already, then I would go through it.
Yeah, I have this kind of like this. I used to have this as SMG, but
yeah, it's fine.
For some reason,
No worries. It's all preference.
But I did go through this.
Perfect. Let's see. So reset building choice, disable pre-edit option on, turbo building, auto confirm edits. Yep, this is all good. Perfect. Let's see. Wait, hold on. NVIDIA highlights, peripheral lighting. Yeah, this is fine.
Yep, have this off.
Yeah. So replays on and off, right? I would have them on. I would have creative replays on, and I'd have record replays on, and just those two. Just because, again, unless you have like a potato for a PC, the quality difference of your game, like your FPS, is not going to be like noticeable. Yeah, this is good. And then you want to be able to learn, right? You said, how do I get better game sense? How do I like? You literally could not study your games until you turn them on. Like there's no way. You'd have to go and like watch somebody else's game. So click apply. So now anytime you PG or you play ranked, you can die and go back and watch the game and see, why did I die? And critically think like, and like I'll talk about that later in this, but that's good. Next tab. This is all preference, but for me, yeah, HUD scale, damage. Yeah, for me, I have the same thing. I just have damage scale numbers down a bit. I think I have it like on like 80, but I would have it at like 100 at least. Like, so the big reason why I have this so low is because when I'm shooting somebody, I don't want the numbers to be overpowering the player, because then I can't see the player. If you have it maxed out, sure, like from a distance, you're gonna be able to read like, 120, like from across the map, but then you can't, like, you're not gonna be able to see the player. So I think I have mine like on like 75 or 80. So that way when I'm up close, like I can still track the player, but this is preference. All right. Yeah, this is good. HUD scale is good. 80 is solid. I would, keep it within the range of like 75 to 95. This is all good. Like all these other settings are pretty basic. You're going to want these on. Net debug stats, all those. This is good. Preference, again, don't have to listen to me. I would keep everything the same. So 3.5x, 3.5y, unless you want 3. It's up to you. But keep it, pick whatever one. You could do 3.3 on both of them if you want to find the middle ground, but keep it the same so you can build muscle memory. And then same thing with targeting and scoped, right? You see how there's just there's just a 0.5 difference. Like that is an easy fix. Put it to 50. Yeah, I personally I always stick between 5s, right? So I'll go 50, 55, 60, 65, right? I don't go 53 and, like Nothing like that. I'll always
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
it in 5, so I can keep some type of muscle memory there between adjusting. And then yeah, your X and Y, I would adjust that as well. This 0.5 difference is really so not noticeable at all. I would say 3.5 on both would be ideal. Like I really doubt you'll even notice that you changed this. It just will help you with muscle memory. Everything's the same. Building sensitivity, this is all good. Keep going down. Use diagonal movements on.
So one more thing, I am using a
Are you
keyboard
using?
joystick.
Okay, got you. Okay, then you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So I kind of have to
that's fine.
keep this off, otherwise it glitches.
Mm-hmm.
And
That should be
then,
good. Yeah, you should be good.
okay.
Yep. So you got your WASD because that's the keyboard joystick, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Jump on my shift.
Yeah, these are all preference buttons. I can't really suggest like. I mean, I would. Some of these are a little wonky looking. Like the sprint is looking a little weird with the mouse, but it's up to you. Like if it's again, it's fully preference.
I had it toggle, so for me it was easy to just double click it if I had to.
Yeah, I would say if you can use a keybind for it, like for example, I see you using shift. Maybe if you could use alt or like control to sprint. Like I don't know what your keybinds look like entirely, but I would seriously say that like you're gonna want to have it on a key, not a mouse.
Yeah. I see
So
what you mean. I gotta work on it.
yeah, because now you're with the new bind change, and I think this is for the better. Like so, it's gonna feel really bad if you try to play with how you're playing right now. I think, but now with it, you're gonna have to hold down your middle mouse button to sprint, and that's just not instead of holding down a simple key. Like where you like for me, I use my pinky finger, and my pinky finger does nothing else but that. So like find a key that's pretty useless. All these are good. I would say unbind toggle walk unless you really really want to have it on, because the worst thing you can do is accidentally toggle your walk, and then like you're so slow. But like I don't know, maybe if you're role playing in creative or something like that, you might want to walk around. I don't know. There's no use for it in competitive. You'll never see any pros toggle walk.
I use it to just mess around, but it's far from where my fingers are, honestly.
Okay. Toggle scope mode, reload, use, all this is fine. Scroll wheels, obviously that's good to have. Weapon slots, yeah, this is all good. And yeah, build binds, these are all pretty preference. Looks like, I mean, with your setup, pretty solid. Like having 2 mouse binds is really, really good. So this is fine. Building edit, all those things. You've got reset edit, that's good. Yeah, this is good. Like seems like, look, like you could, this is what I did. Like when I was shifting my binds around, cause I was like moving a couple things like a year ago, 2 years ago. And like the caps right there, like you go down. So your marker like this, that could be your sprint key. Like that seems like something that's in range for you to mark. Like, and also on that note, you want to have a marking bind that's within range. So like for me, my marking bind has gone from middle mouse, which is the default, to X to Z to Alt. And that's like the journey it's been on. And because I've put other things that are more valuable on X and Z because I use WASD, right? So instead of keeping those keys for Alt for marking, like why not? Like I'll just move it to Alt. And so yeah, like definitely consider maybe making that your sprint. Consider making that maybe making caps a different bind. Like maybe if you want to change your build binds in the future, that might be a bind to use. And you could always move your marking key to somewhere else. I'm sure there's a spot on my keyboard. If I wanted to move my marking key from Alt, I would probably move it to like V or C or G. Like all those are like in reach with me. Like they're not, I don't use it every single time I'm fighting, but like you want to be able to reach to it. And yeah, it shouldn't take priority over like build binds or other things like that. So this is good. If this works for you, then perfect. All this is fine. Squad, like this is no big deal. Push to talk, it's up to you. Keep going down. For me, my emote wheel is on O, and I know like you have a different setup, but I just want to give my thoughts on this is making sure that your emote key is kind of away from your builds. It seems like you said it was, like your number keys are pretty far. So this is good if that's the case, because I absolutely despise, it was on B before. And so every time I'd open my map, I would accidentally hit B sometimes, or like every time I'm jumping, I'd accidentally hit B, and it was just like, it was a mess. So this is good. Like as long as it's away from everything and you're not actually going to hit it, chilling.
Yeah.
All this is good. I have cursor mode. Looks like you have it for Alt. I use cursor mode for inventory. So if you didn't know, that's another way to open your inventory. And basically what it means is you essentially have like toggle, like you have hold to open inventory. So for me, just like I press my sprint, like if I press my left shift key, which is my sprint key, if I just tap it once, then I'll like sprint for like 1 second, right? Or like whatever, right? It'll go on off. If I press my tab key, which is my cursor mode, so for you it's Alt, if I press it, it'll just open my inventory and then it'll close. Like it's like press to open. Like I have to hold my key down to open it. And maybe that's not what you want, but again, to be able to quickly go in and out. Like imagine you're like getting sprayed while you're inventorying. You have to press the escape key. You have to press your inventory key twice to get in and out. You know, open it one time, close it one time. Like there's no point for that in my eyes.
Yeah.
So I use cursor mode. So I have mine on. So wherever your inventory key is, which looks like it's tab. Maybe you can,
it's tab.
Yeah, maybe consider putting tab as your cursor mode. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah,
and that makes sense.
Here's another one too, right? So it looks like you have Alt for map. This could easily be your sprint key. That could easily be your mark key. You could switch. These are all like map and marking things are two like easily movable things, right? Like you could move map to M for everybody, even though it's a far key. That's like the worldwide map key. Like every game map is M. I've tried moving map. I wanted to move map because it was like it's still a far key. That's the furthest key that I reach for on a consistent basis, but it literally felt so awkward. Like it didn't matter what I did. I tried moving it like to N or B or V. It just felt horrible. Like I was just too used to map with M, like M. So again, that's good though. You have binds that you have the ability to switch these binds. Like you could put sprint on Alt. You could put a build bind on Alt. You could put a build bind on a caps lock. These are all like you have useless binds filled up, which is fine. Okay, next one, DBNO carry, DBNO place. For me, I have this on Z, or I think it's on Z. Yeah, on Z.
Yeah.
What this does is it carries bodies. So the reason why you want this on a different bind is because what's happened from in the past for you, I'm assuming, is like you're trying to edit or you're trying to pick up an item and you're picking up a body. So put it on a different bind. So like I said, I have mine on Z. You can put yours on C, on V, on T, on whatever. Like it should be a close bind. Ideally, what you want to do in an indie competitive game, ranked, whatever it is you want to be able to hit this bind, pick up the player, throw the play, like do it in quick succession, right? Like succession. So pick him up, throw him, pick him up, throw him. You don't want to have to reach all the way to like P, right? Like don't make it a super hard key to hit, but don't make it like super close. Like I said, mine's on Z. I use WASD for movement. So I just reach down with my pinky, press Z, pick him up. So you're going to want to put Z or 4. So 4, if you want to use that, you got to put 4 on all these, right? So DBNO place, object carry, and that one. Perfect. So now every time you have a knocked body, you would literally press 4, it'll pick him up, and you press 4 and it'll throw him down. Or you like left click to throw him. Okay, perfect. That's a huge bind change. Well, that's gonna be super helpful. Okay, these next ones, these are all like vehicles. The only thing that I would want for you to have in these would be scroll down. I don't think there's anything for Falcon Scout. Augments, this is not a thing anymore, or not for now. So okay, this is what I would want. So go up. I don't know what you use E for, but if it's for Xing vehicles, that's good. Is that what this for?
Yeah. But mostly I use R because E is one of my weapon slots.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. So what I want you to do is I want you to bind every exit key to a certain key. So for me, it's V. So every key, doesn't matter if I'm like perfect R. So go down, nothing for that. Unhook R, driver exit R, perfect. Wait, go up. You see how you have passenger use exit, right? So if you're the driver, you can get out, but if you're the passenger, it's a different key. So put that to R.
Okay.
So then they keep going down. So you have it again. So right here, R, up. You got to get the passenger. Yeah, and up above that one.
Okay.
Above that one too. No, above. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and then keep going down. R. Perfect. Exit, driver, you should be good. Driver exit, passenger exit. Yeah, perfect. So just keep going down, do all this. Driver exit, go up. I would just move it to like the main key. I don't know why, to make it look pretty. Oh, wait, yeah, you're good. Perfect. Oh, up one. Just decline for now. Driver exit, yeah. Passenger exit right there. Yep. And then driver exit. I don't know why it bugged for. Wait, so go decline.
I'll figure it out. There's no UFO.
This is a UFO. Yeah, you're chilling. R. Passenger exit on that one. On the up one more. Yeah, there you go. This is should be good. This is creative stuff. Exit vehicle. Wait. Up. You can talk with the radio. This is fine. Just talk with the radio. Like just remove it. Like it doesn't matter. It's the radio. Like move it to like T or Y or something. Like it doesn't P. There you go. Like it'll show. This will also show like if you're in this vehicle. I don't know which one it is exactly. It'll show you like what to push. Like it has like that on the side still. This is all good. Apply. Okay, next one. This is fine. This is all controller. Yep. And then last one. These are things I always have on. I always have friend invite permission to friends of friends, but this is up to you. It's complete preference. Like I either have it on nobody or friends of friends because I'll get added all the time. But if that's not something that you're worried about, then no big deal. Keep going down. Public game stats on. If you want, Competitively, it's a good idea to have show or like that off or on. Sorry, second tab. Hide your name.
On?
Yeah, you want to be anonymous, right?
Okay.
But it's up to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. I think that's everything. So apply and you're good. So that's all your settings. I'm confident now that you have the right settings put in place to be the most successful person you possibly could be.